Hello, welcome to Lébaye Atelier's YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and like.
Okay, so welcome to class. So today we'll be learning how to cut this overbust corset. I've marked out my basic line, but I'll briefly explain what I have done. From this end to this place is my blouse length. That's the length of our blouse. And from here to this place is my chest line, nipple line, underbust, waist line. So this is the end of my blouse. My measurement for this corset is bust 37, underbust 32, waist 33, blouse length 25, shoulder to underbust of 13, shoulder to waist of 16, and shoulder measurement of 15 inches. So I've marked out my basic bodies on my pattern paper, and I've also done my shoulder marking, and I've drawn my armhole marking also. So I'll be constructing my armhole now. So if you don't know how to do this, you can go back to our basic marking and then you learn how to get your shoulder to your chest line, your armhole, how to construct your armhole. You can learn it from there. So now to construct my armhole, from my chest line I'll be coming up by ½ inch over here, and then I'll go inward from this point by ½ inch also. So from here I went up by 3 inches. That's from my chest line up to 3 inch. And I'll be doing the same thing at this point too. So, and from that marking I went in by ½ inch like that. So I'll be needing my straight ruler and my curve ruler also. That's my French curve. So in so doing, to construct my armhole, I'll bring my straight ruler and mark up to this point, and I'll be doing the same thing over here also. So my bust measurement is 37. So 37, that's 9¼ 37 divided by 4 gives me 9.25. So I'll mark one here and I'll mark another over here. So from this place to this place I've got my 37, and that's my bust measurement. So since I've gotten my bust measurement, then I'll come with my hair roller and connect it in this manner. So now that I have constructed my armhole measurement, I will come down to the picture again and show us the dart. So now I'll be imputing my dart on it. So when you look at it, you see that the dart is not a straight dart, it has a curve. It comes in like this, it's slanted towards the center front. So to get this dart, what I'll be doing is on this hemline, I'm going to mark 1.5 here and another 1.5 here. On my nipple points I will mark 4. That's my nipple to nipple is 8. So I'll mark 4 here, I'll mark 4 here. So on my underbust measurement I will be marking 3 or 3.5 depending on how you want it. So let's say I'm marking 3.5. So that's on my underbust. So the next thing I'll do right now is connect the line from my underbust to the waist to the hem of my blouse like so. So I'll mark it out. My pen is So I've marked it, and I'll come and do the same thing over here. I'll mark the same 3.5 over here, and then connect it to this side, like so. So now that I've gotten this, the next thing I'll do is use my curve ruler on my arm to connect this. Let me see the one that will work perfectly for me. So okay, so I like this. This is okay. So I'll connect it this way. I'll bring this to here and connect it this way. So if you look at it, you can see that we are achieving the exact thing that is done over here. Coming back to our pattern paper, the tightening will be done on the underbust. So on the underbust, what I'll go ahead and do, let's say over here, you could mark it to depend on how busty the person is and how much you want to tighten. So whatever you get on the underbust, I mean the bust measurement, or how busty the person is, will determine. So even here you can go as much as 2.53 inches. So it shows that maybe the person is very busty. Going back to this, I will be marking 2.5 over here. I'll mark 2.5 over here, and I'll do the same thing. That's at the underbust area. I'll mark 2.5. So since I've marked my 2.5, the next thing I'll do, I'll bring in my curve this way. What I have from here, I'll connect it straight down. So this is what I've got, and what I did over here, I'll transfer it to this point. So you see the way I have turned my curve roller. So I told you there's no special way of using it. You just learn how to use it in a way that will work for you. Like so. Okay, so let me remove this. I want to make it 2 inch. Let me use my marker. So the visible one is the one we are using. Next thing now is I will mark out my measurement. So my underbust is 32. So that means my underbust is 8 on both sides. And I also come and mark the 8 over here. So remember that here I've taken 2.5 from it. I will add back the 2.5 here. I'll add back the 2.5 here. Okay. So on the waistline, you can see that it's corset. So on the waistline, when I measured, I got 2.25. That's from here, 2.25, and my waist says 33, which is 8.25. So this 2.25, I will not be adding up the 2.25 over there. You know why? Because I'll be snatching the waist. So if I add back the 2.25, that means my waist is not snatched. The difference between corset and just a normal bustier is the snatching of waist, method of structuring. That is the difference between corset and just a normal bustier. For the fact that you have drafted and you sew a dress and there is bone inside does not make that dress a corset. We have bustier that yet you will sew and there will be bone in it and it's not corset. What I mean is we have bustier with structures, yet you will sew it, and when I say with structures, that means there is boning, whether regiling or your plastic boning inside, yet it's not corset. So for the fact that you have sewn and you have added bone, either regiling bone or plastic bone into that dress does not make it a corset. What I got here for the that is 2 1/4. So instead of taking 2 1/4 from it, I'll be taking like maybe 1.5 from it. So that means I have reduced my waist by 0.75. So I'll be reducing my waist by 0.75 here, 0.75 here. That means from my waist measurement, I have taken 1.5 from it. So that's the snatching that we'll talk about. So corset doesn't help to reduce your stomach, it only helps to snatch your waist. Corset doesn't help to reduce stomach, it helps to snatch your waist. And by snatching your waist, you reduce your waist measurement. So it all depends on how much you want to reduce. You can go, if your waist is 35 and you want to reduce it to 30, you can go ahead and do it. You that will wear it will know how it will be on you. So that is how it is. So now I'll be taking 1.5 from my waist line, right? So that means I have shortened my waist by what? By 0.75. So over here I will do the same thing. My waist is 33, and then taking back that. That's 0.5, so I took 0.75 minus from my waist. And if you are marking, you need to know your hemline, the hemline of your blouse. That's your upper hip. Upper hip here is 40. So from this point, I'll be marking the 10 inch. That's the 40, and then this that we have taken, the 2 inch, we'll be adding it back. So this one, we don't snatch our upper hip, we don't snatch our under bust. The only place we snatch or we reduce is our waist line. So the same thing I'll be doing here. So that means over here, instead of 10, I have 12 total. So I'll bring it back and then mark it. The next thing I will do is mark my bust darting over here. So the bust dart is the difference between your front and your back. So if your bust dart is 2 inches, that means your back measurement will be short by 2 inches. If your bust dart is 1.5, that means your back length will be short by 1.5. If your bust dart is 3 inches, that means your back bodice will be short by 3 inches. So standard 2 inches. So this is what I'm going to do, and then I'll connect it in this manner, like so. So I have marked that. So now that we've gotten this out, the next thing is connecting our dart from our nipple point to our shoulder line. And I told you how we go about it. Before you can connect to your shoulder line, you measure from where your neckline starts from to your shoulder slope. You measure what you have there, and you take the midpoint, you divide it into 2 and get your midpoint, which is this, and then you connect your line towards that side, like so. So have you seen it? So this is how you connect your line. I'm sure most of us know how to do all this, or all of us know how to do all this. So now that I have connected my line upward. The next thing I will be doing is I have to close up my bust dart over here, and in doing so I will not be able to close up the bust dart unless I slash through this point, then close up my bust dart. So I'll show you how I will go about that. So this is where I'll be needing the paper tape, because I will be closing the bust dart over here. That's where I'm going to stop. I'm not slashing it, I'm just the nipple point. Now, for me to allow me to close up my bust dart. So when I'm closing up my bust dart, you see this part opening up. So like so, then I will close up my bust dart like so. I'll be doing the same thing over here. On this side also, I'll be doing the same thing, which is here. Now that I have closed up my bust dart, later on I'll still need to open it and close the side so that I can get the structures, the curve over here. So on this part, let's say from the nipple line, you can see these are nipple points. It covers a little before the cap inside came out. So from this side, let's say I will be going up, let's say 2 inches enough. So I'll mark 2 inches like so, like this. Here, let's say what is taken out here is like 0.4. I will replace it back over here to the same thing. This is so now I'll mark my side to it, so like this, and then over here. So from here I'll connect it in this manner, like so. And this one too. So this is where your hip curve ruler is important. So I've connected it this side and this side. So going to my waistline, and then over here, I'll go this way, and then this way. Okay, so now that this is done, the next thing is I will have to close, open this side here. So you'll be doing a lot of closing and opening.
Like and subscribe for more of our YouTube videos.